Hi everyone, I'm Tyler and today I'm going to be reviewing episode 9 of the Thai BL series Step by Step. This is actually becoming one of my favorite BL series ever, but that being said, I think that this episode was definitely not my favorite, so let's get into it. So the episode starts out with Pat waking up from a hangover after the night he just had with Mr. Jang, and he wakes up to his mother in the kitchen cooking him dinner, which I would be very humiliated if that were me. And his mom is like, yeah, there was that really handsome, really nice guy that brought you home last night. And Pat is like, oh my god, Jang. I would be so humiliated if that was my mom. Being like, yeah, I saw what you were up to. And his mom knows, like, you don't have any friends that look like that. So she clearly knows that something is up with that situation, which is confirmed later in the episode, which we will get to. And then after that, he obviously doesn't go to work that day. And Jang is like completely messed up over it the whole time. It's kind of endearing, I think, but with the whole issue, not only with Pat, but also from the previous conversation with his dad, which we saw before, about how he thinks he should dissolve the department. And then we see that Pat's dad is also here, and Pat is like, girl, why the hell are both of you here at the same time? Aren't you guys divorced? Why would you be here at this time? And then his parents are like, duh bitch, it's your birthday. And Pat's just like, oh my god, I completely forgot it's my birthday, because he's been like going through it, obviously. But obviously Pat is like going through a rough patch. So I really like this scene later with Todd, where they're in the bathroom. And you know, Todd is the type of bitch that just knows what's up. She has all the tea, she sees everything, she knows what's going on. So Todd knew there was something going on with Pat and Mr. Jang. And so Todd was like, my man is also a very high-ranking, very, you know, professional type of man. And so even though we're about to get married, he still has not even told his family that he's gay, let alone that he is engaged to another man, right? And that's something that I really like about this series, because it actually has tackled a lot of issues in just one series. So if I make a full series review, I'll probably talk about that. But I really love Todd as a character, and I love this scene as well, like the besties in the bathroom, you know, having the girls chat. I loved it. And then we go to the watching a movie in like the coldest place ever, apparently, with Pat and Todd, and also Jane and Jap. And then Mr. Jang comes later and sees that like these two gays in the back are like freezing to death. So of course, because he loves Pat, he gives Pat his jacket, but Pat is like, I'm good, I'll give it to my sister over here. Obviously, with Mr. Jang already being like messed up over Pat, this is like not making things easier for him. And so we get to the next scene where the two of them are having kind of a discussion, and this is like really where I'm like not getting it. Like, this is the first kind of miss. This episode for me is the first like miss that the series has had. What I don't understand is like I don't understand where Pat is getting that Jang is just messing with him. If you understand his like thought process with that, then obviously let me know down below why you think it's like a justifiable opinion to have about Jang. Because I think in the beginning, obviously, it was a lot more obvious or a lot more understandable for him to be feeling like mixed emotions about Mr. Jang, because he went from the first time meeting him when he didn't know who he was, where he was like, oh my god, he's so nice, he's so hot, and then to him finding out that's his new boss, and his new boss is an asshole. Ever since Pat like told him directly like, you are not a good boss to work under, it seems like after that moment it has just been like pretty steady progression and pretty obvious attempts from Mr. Jang to improve the relationship. And it seems from everybody around them that it's pretty obvious that Mr. Jang likes Pat. I mean, his friend Tay noticed it, a few people in this episode noticed it. So I'm not really understanding why Pat is thinking like, you're just playing with me. I can understand the dynamic of like a boss and a subordinate being uncomfortable, and so just not wanting to deal with that. But I feel like the discussion was like just so weird. Like, if it was me, I would be like, we need to have a discussion about this as co-workers, because I'm not about to have an office romance. So I also don't want to leave my job. So I don't want to pursue this any further. That would make more sense to me than just thinking like, you're playing with me. Yeah, that was really weird to me. I wish there was more of a clear discussion, but obviously it's a BL series, so nobody's gonna communicate properly or clearly or maturely, whatever. It's always just gonna be a bunch of misunderstandings, so whatever, I'll let that part slide. So basically Pat fully rejects Jang, even after Jang is like, no, I love you, I like you. Pat is like, you're messing with me, and runs off, and Mr. Jang is like wrecked. To be honest, I actually burst out laughing when he started crying. I don't know, like something, it was like so unexpected, I guess, because Mr. Jang is always like so calm and like he's like very like masculine and like big, and I don't know, I just did not expect him to like burst out crying the way he did in that moment. I was expecting maybe like a little bit of a tear or whatever, but no, he was like full on sobbing. So that caught me off guard and I laughed a bit. Probably also because I was watching it on 2x speed, but yeah, actually like when I got over the initial shock, it was like a really sad scene. Like he's really like messed up over it, and obviously Jab also knew something was up with Pat as well, so everybody knew, right? But yeah, I do feel bad for Jang, mostly because it's like a misunderstanding, right? I mean, if he just didn't like you, you can just like cry and you have to get over it. But I mean, this is frustrating because we don't actually know that Pat doesn't like him. Clearly he has some type of feeling for him. It's just, of course it's a BL series, so everything is just very unclear, right? And then we get to the dinner party they're having, where Jen and Pat kind of have another girls talk, you know, about being like, girl, these brothers are like screwing us over, like why are they playing with us like this? What are we gonna do? I thought that was a cute scene as well, but I still don't really think, like especially when they mention it in the same breath like this, I really don't think you can really compare Jang and Jab. I really think that Jab is actually playing with Jang, but I don't think that Mr. Jang is doing the same thing with Pat at all. Mr. Jang has actually been very consistent with his actions. It's just that he has to be careful because of the nature of the relationship, right? But either way, I think it was a cute talk. And then we're back in the office and we get some shocking news that Jang has decided to resign. Now this is like really a gag, but at the same time I'm like, okay, I kind of understand it a lot, because if you, number one, just got rejected by the person you will see every day at work, have to interact with every day at work, and also your dad originally wanted you to shut down that entire department altogether in the first place, I think I will kind of probably make the same decision as well, because at this point he just thinks that like it's not gonna work out with Pat, so just forget it. And then we see the whole birthday montage thing with like both Pat and Jang being like completely out of it, and then Pat like having a breakdown to his parents. And this is why I say like it's really impressive how this series mentions like so many different social issues in one series, because now it's bringing up divorce and how like, yeah, we're separated but we still love you and we still love each other. It's just that it didn't work out between us. So it was a cute moment. And then we get to see Pat's mom being like, I know it's something with that Mr. Jang, who brought him home drunk the night before. This is where things get like very weird for me in this episode, because why the hell are they gonna have giving birth on a bus, a broken down bus in the middle of nowhere? I know like people have been complaining about how the story has been moving too slowly and there's a lot of outside stuff that's not related to the main couple, Pat and Jang. I actually like how it's more of just a drama series where the main character and most of the main characters happen to be gay, rather than being focused completely on the romance of two men, right? Like I actually like that aspect of it. It's more like multifaceted, and I think it makes for a more interesting story. But this was just like, I was like, what is going on? First of all, the timing seems weird to me, because how has it already been like at least like 7 months since we found out that A is pregnant in like, what was that, episode 4 or 5? And if the span of 4 episodes, it's been like at least 6 months. Like the timing seems very weird to me, but whatever. And why are they gonna have her give birth in the middle of the road? Like, and the scene was like so long too. I'm like, are they just trying to buy time? Like, it feels to me like it was like we sold our series for like this amount of time and we need to add more scenes to like stretch it out. That's what it felt like to me. But one thing I will give Miss A is that she is very queenie, because when she was giving birth to that child on public transit with people filming her, and it seems like it's a premature baby, right? And she's like, no way to get to a hospital, she has to do it there. That's not her main concern. Her main concern is the policeman referring to her as an auntie. Come on, like she is, I love her. That's a woman with her priorities straight. But yeah, this was just kind of a weird thing. I mean, it was like another gag, right? So I don't mind it, but it was a little bit too long. I'm kind of like wondering why they chose to put this in, because this series has so many like social aspects to it. I'm wondering if it has to do with like a commentary on the quality of transportation in Thailand, maybe. I don't know. But moving on, we get to the end now and we see like A has posted on her social media, everyone's commenting, and we see like Beam being like all emo in his bed, like seeing that post like she gave birth. And it kind of reminded me because we haven't really touched on this plot point for a really long time. We actually have not got any clarity on like, is Beam in love with A, or like what is going on with that whole situation. Like, it's been a long time. I actually think that would be a better use of the episode's like runtime, is to kind of like clarify what that is. But we still don't know. I'm sure we'll know at some point. At least I hope so. And then we get the ending with Mr. Jang sending Pat his birthday gift of that giant box of snacks, which is another thing I really want to commend this series for, is their product placement is like so seamless. It has like never felt forced, and it's always felt like it has actually been incorporated into the plot and the story. Like the throwback to him saying, like being in the car being like, yeah, I like the snack, and then it's brought up back again in this series because we know like, oh, he likes a snack. It's so smart. And then like this scene of him like laying in the bed with the snacks all around him, like, okay, it looks cute, and also like you're doing the promotion, right? Like, I don't know, I really appreciate that, because product placement really has the power to like completely take you out of the story, but I really like how this one, it doesn't do that at all. And it does a better job at advertising as well, I think. So that's the end of the episode. I don't know, I hope the next one is better, because up until now I've really liked every episode. This one was probably my least favorite up until now, but I'm sure it's like that awkward episode where like shit just goes down and then everything will start like fixing itself up in the next, I think there's 3 episodes left. I still think despite that, it's probably in my top 3, at least for this year, BL series. Let me know what you think of it, because I know a lot of people don't actually like it. But you know, whatever, I love it. And please make sure to subscribe to this new channel about BL. I'll be doing reviews, probably reactions, and give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whatever you felt like. And follow my Instagram and my TikTok, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!